Yu-Gi-Oh 101 video game and anime only. Uh, in these series of videos, for those who may be new, I just simply go over video game and anime only cards and or archetypes that I feel can be made into official cards and should be made into official cards. Um, just a disclaimer: do not expect any of these. Do not expect any of the links to these cards to be in the video description, because I'm covering a lot and it'll just simply be too much. But you see the names of the cards, and you can come to Yugioh Wiki to search for these cards yourselves and take a look at them. So first off, we're gonna look at it. Chaos Barrier Field. It is a normal trap card. Description: activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. While they control two or more face-up attack position monsters, negate the attack, then conduct battle between the attack position monsters your opponent controls with the highest attack and lowest attack after damage calculation in the battle phase. This will be so good against those swarm builds, because you know there's a lot of them. And I think this would be, again, a nice solution to those swarm builds out there that like to just special summon on top of special summon, and it gets ridiculous. Another thing, I'm trying to cover a lot of cards in like only 10 minutes of this that this screen recorder will allow me to record at a time, so forgive me if I go kind of fast. So this is Compensation Meditation, a normal spell card. Description: activate only when your opponent declares an attack. Your opponent selects two cards in their graveyard. Shuffle those cards. Shuffle this card with those cards and place them face down on the field. Reveal one of them at random. If you reveal this card in the battle phase, afterwards return the opponent's cards to the top of your opponent's deck and send this card to the graveyard. So this is kind of like a magical hats of sorts for the monsters. And well, that pretty much affects the, like the battle phase. Um, but yeah, I think this would be like one of those cool cards to have in the game. So moving on, we have Level Soul. It's a normal trap card. Description: tribute one monster and remove from play one level monster from your graveyard. Special summon one monster from your deck that is written on the card text of the removed monster, ignoring the summoning conditions. Now they kind of have a card similar to this. That's a spell card. I can't remember the exact name of it. I believe it was called Level Up. But yeah, it is one of those cards that I think should be made for the game, but they need to change that card effect to from like tribute one monster to tribute one level monster. You know, in my opinion, because I think like the level series of monsters, they have a lot of potential, but they just need some more support, and I think that a card like that can help them with that. Next up, we have Class System. It's a quick play spell card. Description: activate when your opponent's monster declares an attack, and activate its effects. If that monster's level is not greater than your monster's level, negate that attack and effect. So if you control level 4s and your opponent your opponent's level 4 monster attacks yours, it'll be pretty good. Probably do some good to have like this would be good to combine with those cards that can manipulate your opponent's monster's level. Well, card this would be good to combine with cards that can manipulate levels. So you can use this on your opponent's monsters. They control a level 6 monster, you have a level 4. Activate one of those cards that I was speaking on. Change that level 6 to a level 4. They attack your monster, and they activate an effect that kind of like Allied Justice Catastor does. I mean, even though Catastor is a level 5, not a level 6, but yeah, cards like Catastor can, even though it's not necessary, I think having a card like this and having a series of cards that can work with it, I think that'll make for some interesting builds. Next up, we have Altar of Restoration. It is a normal spell card. Remove from play the top two cards of your deck and select one card in your remove from play zone. Add that card to your hand. Pretty good for those anti-meta builds. I'm all for it. Let's see if we can make this into I hope that in the future they make this into an official card. Uh, During a time where nothing isn't too like ridiculous. Because the Dragon Rulers are damn near dead at this point. Because those people that play Dragon Rulers, they don't want to play it when it's limited. They want to play it when it's, you know, maxed out or it's abusable. And if it's not abusable or isn't as abusable as it once was, then they're going to leave it alone. So Dragon Rulers really aren't anything to Dragon Rulers by themselves aren't anything to worry about because people are just going to move from them. So moving on to the next card. Aerial Nail. Arrow Nail. It is a equipped spell card. Description: equipped only to a harpy lady. It gains 300 attack. If this face-up card on the field will be sent to the graveyard, you can equip it to another harpy lady on the field instead. Kind of reminds you of Flint, doesn't it? Kind of reminds you of Flint. Um, the fact that it can only be used with harpy ladies and not harpy monsters. I mean, I think it'll be cool to see that be used. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Now this is a card that I really like. Battler's Pride. It's a counter trap card. Description: when a spell card, trap card, or monster effect is activated, that will end the battle phase, negate activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Now, Final Countdown is being limited, so those builds won't be too big of an issue anymore unless they create like another version of Final Countdown. You know what I'm saying? Like in the near future. But this will be a good answer for like Swift Scarecrow and cards like Battle Fader. Cards that really use those. Like this would be like a good counter for that. So I can really see this card being made into an official card. Next up we have Nightmare Binding. Now I'm kind of iffy about this card because I don't know if it does too much, does too little, but I still think it's a cool card, and I think I would like to see it be, into the game. Uh, be made into an official card for the game. It's a normal spell card. Description: select one face-up monster your opponent controls that loses 800 attack, then you gain 800 life points. That monster's effects cannot be activated, and it cannot be tributed. Really good. I mean, especially when you're going up against certain monsters that you could use a card like this. Um, I feel that it may get limited. If it is made into an official card later on down the line, like it might get semied or what have you. It may, because I think with cards like this, they're going to be decks that can really abuse it somewhat, but I don't think it's going to get hit if it ever gets made into an official card though. Um, but yeah, I still, again, all the cards that I mentioned in this video are cards that I feel can be made or should be made into an official cards, into official cards. And some of these just maybe, because not these days they're looking in the anime for certain cards to be made into an official cards, and cards like Battler's Pride and this, and Chaos Barrier Field. I actually can see those cards being made into official cards. So that's pretty much it, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, no links to these cards will be put in the description. It's just too many for me to just place all of them in there. But you see the names of the cards. You can come to Yugioh Wiki and you can see them for yourself. And until next time, peace.